So as I'm sure you noticed, something's a little bit different about the shot today. And no, it's not a mistake. Today, we're talking about that. What is up, people? Dunna here, and today we're gonna talk about one of my favorite products of all time. This is the DEITY V-Mic D3 Pro. As I'm sure you can tell, it's a microphone. In this video, we're gonna try and go over a bunch of the specs so that you know what this microphone is all about. We're gonna talk about some of the things that I really like about this mic. We're gonna talk about some of the things that I didn't like so much. I'm gonna give you guys some audio examples, just like what you're hearing now, but compared to some of the other mics that I have. And finally, I'm gonna give you guys a couple of tips on how I set this up so that you can do similar things whether you have this mic or not. It can be helpful for you to improve your audio. So if you've seen any of my other videos, you can't normally see the mic in the shot. We're gonna get into how I set that up a little bit later. But since we're talking about the mic, I figured it's kind of the star of the show. It should be in the shot, right? The D3 Pro is the highest level in the D3 lineup, and it's a shotgun microphone built to plug straight into your DSLR or mirrorless camera. But it doesn't just stop there. DEITY is calling it the world's first smart microphone. There's actually a microprocessor in there that has a digital handshake with whatever you plug it into. So it knows what it's being used with and therefore can work with so many different devices like your DSLR, mirrorless camera, or even your phone or tablet. They said that they've tested it with a whole bunch of things. I primarily just use it plugged straight into my camera, and it works fantastically. The D3 Pro is a shotgun microphone, and my favorite thing about it by far is the sound. Comparing to some of the other microphones that I've had in the past, I just really love the way that it sounds, and that means a lot to me being a full-time music producer and recording engineer. Sound is kind of a big deal to me. So right off the bat, let's compare it to some of the other microphones that I use in my kit. Now in the past, I've used a couple of different mics. I used the Rode NTG2, but I started to notice there was some hissing and I think it's broken, so I'm not even gonna include this because I think it might give a bad representation of what this mic is actually capable of. The other reason I stopped using that microphone is because I actually had to set up an external recorder for it, and I just kind of got sick of doing that. Just saved me a little bit of time on my setup. This is an audio test using the DEITY V-Mic D3 Pro. This is a microphone test of the original Rode VideoMic Pro. This is a microphone test of the Rode VideoMic Pro. This is an audio test using the DEITY V-Mic D3 Pro. This is a microphone test of the original Rode VideoMic Pro. This is a microphone test of the Rode VideoMic Pro. One of the biggest problems that I had using the Rode VideoMic Pro, on the back you can choose your gain level, but it's either 0, -10, or +20. Now generally you want to use as much of the volume out of the mic as you can so that you can turn your preamp down on your camera. They don't typically build really awesome preamps into cameras. So ideally I would turn my Rode VideoMic Pro onto +20, but my camera couldn't go down low enough to make up for that. So I was stuck using 0 decibels and having to crank up some volume on my Sony cameras. But one of the best things about the D3 Pro is that you have a stepless linear gain knob. It sounds fancy, but really what it is a volume knob. And it goes between 0 decibels and +20 decibels, but on a scale so you can choose anywhere in between there, and it makes it so much easier to dial in your volume. Another huge thing is the auto standby. So if it's plugged into a device that's not powered on, the microphone knows that it's not powered on and it automatically goes into standby mode. Again, another problem that I had with the Rode VideoMic Pro is I would accidentally leave it on and forget to turn it off when I threw it in the drawer or whatever, and it would be dead the next time I went to use it, and I would have to change the battery, which is a pain. Because the D3 Pro has auto standby, I don't have to worry about that nearly as much. And that brings us to the next point, the internal battery. There is no battery to change, it's all inside and it's powered with USB-C. I really appreciate this. It seems like a lot of new devices are switching over to USB-C and you can get a lot of power out of it. It goes for 51 hours of runtime and 74 hours of standby time, and it only takes 2 hours to charge the battery from dead to full. For example, right before I shot this, I turned it on and noticed that it had a low battery warning, so I plugged it in for half an hour and I should be fine for, I don't know how long that would be, 12 and a half hours of runtime. Which should ideally be long enough to film this video. Another cool thing that I don't think I've seen mentioned anywhere, you can actually use the microphone while it's plugged into power. While I was filming a previous video, I noticed during setup that again, the microphone was low power, and I really wanted to get to the filming, so I actually rigged it up so I would have a little USB power bank connected to the stand, and I just ran the microphone plugged into USB power. This can be a huge lifesaver if you get to a shoot and you find out that it has low power. You can somehow tape up a battery pack to it and just go. The next thing that I really like about this is the custom Rycote mount that it comes with. First of all, this is a Rycote shock mount, which means it's going to take out any of the little vibrations that would happen from moving the microphone around. It's a super smart design that does its job well, but it also has a couple of extras that are really cool. It has a hot shoe mount on the bottom, but also you can move the top plate so that you can decide where the back of the microphone is. This can be huge for people who shoot photo or video because you can actually push your microphone far enough forward that you can use the viewfinder without a microphone bashing into your forehead. Also on the bottom of the hot shoe connector, there is a thread so that you can connect it to a friction arm and rig it up however you want on your camera rig. It comes with this little foam windscreen that I really appreciated how easy this was to put on and take off. Some other microphones on the market kind of have them built on, or they're just really difficult to get off. And on the back side of this, it's actually custom cut out to the shape of the Rycote shock mount. So when you put it on, it's not spinning around and causing more noise. I really appreciated the little case that it came with too. Not only is it nice aesthetically, it's super handy. It's got custom cutouts for the microphone and for the shock mount, and it just makes it super easy to pack away your microphone. Finally, on my list of things that I like about this microphone, and I'm sure that you can tell at this point that I do really like this microphone, is the overall value. I mentioned before that this has auto power off, it has an internal battery, all of those kinds of things. The Rode VideoMic Pro Plus also has some of those features, but it's still missing a couple of them, and it's $100 more than this microphone is. The D3 Pro comes in at $199 US, whereas the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus, that I think is probably the most comparable microphone, is $299. And for a little bit more, if you go up to $288, you can actually get their location kit, which comes with a couple of extra things like this Rycote pistol grip shock mount handle, as well as their DXLR connector, so you can use it to connect to XLR inputs. Now moving on to some of the things that I think could have been improved about this microphone, first being one little flaw in this shock mount. It's very cool that you can move this back and forth, but I noticed that it was very hard to keep it tight so that it would stay in place. When I'm using it on top of the camera in the hot shoe, I found that every 5 to 10 minutes it would start to loosen up and it would start to slide around all over the place, and I'd have to be trying to crank it down again. The design for this thing is genius, but I felt like there could have been a little rubber piece or something in there just to hold that a little bit tighter. The next thing is the little foamy windscreen that comes with it. I didn't really expect it to do a fantastic job. Usually these things are just kind of a light line of defense, but I definitely had a couple of ruined shots because of some light wind, and I do highly suggest getting some kind of a fur windscreen to go either on top, or they make them so that they just go straight onto the microphone. I'll leave a link for this one in the description, but DEITY also has a tab on the page for the D3 Pro that has recommended windscreens to add to your kit. So it seems like they kind of know that this thing isn't going to do for every situation because they're recommending that you upgrade. The next issue that came up with the D3 Pro is just the size of it, and there's really not a whole lot that can be done here. It is a fantastic sounding mic, and I'm sure that they needed the size to be able to do that and to house all the technology that's inside there. It doesn't necessarily fit in my backpack super easily, and if I'm trying to vlog or be inconspicuous in any kind of way, it definitely doesn't do that, especially once I have that big windscreen on it. If I want something nice and easy that I just toss in my backpack, at this point I'm still using the Rode VideoMic Pro, so I do switch back and forth depending on the situation between the D3 Pro and my Rode VideoMic Pro, but I mentioned that the D3 Pro was the highest in the D3 lineup. There is actually just a D3 microphone that is quite a bit smaller and I think might be better suited for simple vlogging, that kind of stuff. I haven't personally got to use that one yet, but from what I've seen in reviews, it sounds almost identical, so you're getting that same great quality, but in a little bit of a smaller form factor. You are missing missing some of the features that this one has, as you would expect. But if you're looking for something a little bit smaller and at only $99, I think that might be a great choice as well. I'm definitely thinking about picking one up for myself to have as more of my vlogging microphone. Then this one can be more of my dedicated kind of studio shot microphone. And finally, I think for a lot of people, this might just be overkill considering that they have that $99 option. As much as I absolutely love all of the features on this, having that $99 option that from what I can tell sounds pretty much just as good, I think that a lot of people will be making that choice, and that's okay. I think that it's awesome that DEITY is making such great products that you get to choose between the features that you want, both of them at incredibly awesome price points. Now, before we wrap up, I'm gonna give you guys a couple of tips on how I use this microphone and how you can use your microphone to get better quality audio. First of all, the goal here is going to be to get the microphone as close to the sound source as possible. That's going to give you the most separation from all the other sounds in the room, and it's also going to give you a nice clear sound from that sound source. One of the things that I suggest is if you don't need it, take that foamy thing off. If you're not outside where it's windy, or if the microphone isn't moving through the air, or if your subject isn't going to be blowing directly into it, then you probably don't need that on, and not having it on makes it a lot smaller, a lot less conspicuous, so it's easier to hide it in the frame or hide it just out of the frame because you can still keep it that much closer to your subject. Generally, for this kind of head and shoulder shot, I can keep the microphone about a hang loose away from my mouth. And as I'm sure you guessed, it's typically up out of the frame, and all I do is take my stand and gradually move it up until I no longer see the microphone in the monitor. When I'm pointing the microphone, I try to point it either directly at the mouth or down at my chin. I found I had better luck if I pointed it too far down rather than too far up, more at my nose or my forehead. If you are going to put it on some kind of a boom stand like this, you are going to either need to plug it into an external recorder, or like I'm doing, I just got an extension cable for 1/8" jacks so that I can plug it directly into my camera, and I'll leave a link for that in the description as well. The stand that I'm using is just a boom arm light stand. It's okay. It's lighter than a C stand, but it's a lot taller than a typical microphone stand, so I went with it, and it seems to do the job. It's a little bit flimsy, and if you're looking for something super high quality, it might not be the way to go, but if you're just looking for something kind of inexpensive that's not going to be doing a whole lot of banging around, it might be a good option. So that, my friends, is the DEITY V-Mic D3 Pro. DEITY as a company seems to be doing some really great things. I've also got their wireless unit to do a review on a little bit later. Let me know if you have any questions about that. And as always, I want to hear from you guys. What do you think of the D3 Pro? Have you ever used it? Have you been thinking about picking one up? Leave a comment below, and on your way down there, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more. Huge thank you to DEITY for sending me out this microphone to try. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.